Hello everyone, what is going on? Raven here, welcome back. Today we're on the WizardingWorld.com website, and we're going to be talking about the Potter family. Now this is everything based onto the website, okay? So if you guys have any extra information that you would like to add, let me know in the comment section down below. There does appear to be quite a bit of information, so let's go ahead and get right into it. The Potter family is a very old one, but it was never at the very forefront of wizarding history until the birth of Harry James Potter, that is, and it contenting itself with a solid and comfortable existence in the backwaters. Potter is not an uncommon Muggle surname, and the family did not make the so-called Sacred 28 for this reason. The anonymous compiler of that supposedly definitive list of purebloods suspected that they had sprung from what he considered to be tainted blood. The Wizarding Potter family had illustrious beginnings, however, some of which was hinted at in Deathly Hallows. In the Muggle world, Potter is an occupational surname, meaning a man who creates pottery. The Wizarding family of Potters descends from the 20th century wizard Linfrid of Stinchcombe. I'm sorry if I butchered that. A locally well-beloved and eccentric man, whose nickname, the Potterer, became corrupted in time to quote-unquote Potter. Linfrid was a vague and absent-minded fellow, whose Muggle neighbors often called upon his medicinal services. None of them realized that Linfrid's wonderful cures for pox and ague were magical. They all thought him a harmless and lovable old chap, pottering about in his garden with all his funny plants. His reputation as a well-meaning eccentric served him well, for behind closed doors he was able to continue the series of experiments that laid the foundation of the Potter family's fortune. Historians credit Linfrid as originator of a number of remedies that evolved into potions still used to this day, including Skellygrow and Pepper Up Potion. His sales of such cures to fellow witches and wizards enabled him to leave a significant pile of gold to each of his 7 children upon his death. His eldest son, Hardwin, married a beautiful young witch by the name of Iolanthe Peverell, who came from the village of Godric's Hollow. She was the granddaughter of Ignotus Peverell. In the absence of male heirs, she, the eldest of her generation, had inherited her grandfather's invisibility cloak. It was Iolanthe explained to Hardwin, a tradition in her family that the possession of this cloak remained a secret, and her new husband respected her wishes. From this time on, the cloak was handed down to the eldest in each new generation. The Potters continued to marry their neighbors, occasionally Muggles, and to live in the west of England for several generations, each one adding to the family coffers by their hard work and, must be said, by the quiet brand of ingenuity that had characterized their forebear Linfrid. Occasionally, a Potter made it all the way to England, and a member of the family has twice sat on the Wizengamot. The person that did that was Ralston Potter, who was a member from 1612 to 1652, and who was a great supporter of the Statute of Secrecy, as opposed to declaring war on the Muggles, as more militant members wished to do. And Henry Potter, Harry to his intimates, who was a direct descendant of Hardwin and Iolanthe, and served on the Wizengamot from 1913 to 1921. Henry caused a minor stir when he publicly condemned the then Minister for Magic, Archer Evermond, who had forbidden the magical community to help Muggles waging the First World War. His outspokenness on the behalf of the Muggle community was also a strong contributing factor in the family's exclusion from the Sacred 28. Henry's son was called Fleamont Potter. Fleamont was so called because it was the dying wish of Henry's mother that he perpetuate her maiden name, which would otherwise die out. He bore the burden remarkably well. He always attributed his dexterity at dueling to the number of times he had to fight people at Hogwarts after they had made fun of his name. It was Fleamont who took the family gold and quadrupled it by creating magical Sleekeazy's hair potion, which 2 drops tames even the most bothersome Barnet. He sold the company at a vast profit when he retired, but no amount of riches could compensate him or his wife Euphemia for their childlessness. They had quite given up hope of a son or daughter when, to their shock and surprise, she found out she was pregnant and with their beloved boy, James, was born. Fleamont and Euphemia lived alone enough to see James marry a Muggle-born girl called Lily Evans, but not to meet their grandson Harry. Dragonpox carried them off within days of each other. Due to their advanced age, and James Potter then inherited Ignatus Peveril's invisibility cloak. What do you guys think of this? Now, like I said, this is based on the Wizarding World's website, which of course was made by J.K. Rowling. And if you do have any other information you would like to add to this, go on ahead and do so. And if you did like today's video, please make sure you hit the like button. And if you're new here, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. That way, you are notified each and every single time I upload, which is basically every single day, though at some point soon I will be taking a little break just to kind of make sure I don't, burn out. Until the next video, I will see you all then. Bye!